Shamanic soul retrieval is the beginning, not the end. Many people believe that one deep healing experience should fix everything. One breakthrough, one ceremony, one profound journey, and it's done. It is not. In this video, I'm going to share 3 truths about healing core wounds with shamanic soul retrieval. And I'm going to share with you why healing unfolds in layers rather than in lightning strikes. Now, looking back, I had already done the deepest work on myself, decades of it. The shamanic soul retrieval journeys. I'd healed the abandonment imprint. It had been fully, deeply felt and deeply released. These were already in my past. I'd done the work. And that echo from my childhood that my mother repeated so often, "No man will ever love you, you will always be alone." They echoed, but they didn't resonate so deeply. They no longer left me feeling devastated. I could recall the words, but after the healing, they simply were not true. I didn't believe them because I'd largely healed the wound. The fragment of my soul that split away in childhood had, through the shamanic soul retrieval journeys that I'd undertaken, had returned to me. I had felt the integration, and I knew already that something profound had completed. Now, fast forward many years. Dating was now easy for me. And I was in a long-term relationship with a great man. One evening, we were sitting together, talking about our future together. And here I was, finally together with a man I loved and a man I believed I would marry. I said lightly, in jest, partly in jest, "Don't forget, just 2 weeks from today, it's my birthday and you are welcome to spoil me. You're welcome to spoil me rotten," I said, and a huge Cheshire cat grin appeared on my face. He frowned and said, "Oh, I'll be out of town on that day." I froze. I was not devastated. I was not broken. Just a small contraction in my heart. An echo from my past, as if the universe were asking me, "Are you really healed? Let's see." Truth number 1. Soul retrieval journeying restores the fragment but does not fully heal the conditioning. In shamanic soul retrieval, the lost fragment returns. The split completes. The original pain is felt fully, completed, safely. And this is real and it's powerful work, and I devoted my life to it. But the wound has lived in your body for years, as it did in mine. It lives in your blood and bones, in your muscles, in your cartilage, in your relational instincts, in your reflexes. And sometimes the same wound has been carried forward by your soul through many, many lifetimes. It's a deeply ingrained imprint. So whereas the fragment, the fractured fragment, can be retrieved and is retrieved through skillfully guided shamanic soul retrieval journeys. And I know with certainty that this is the only way to ensure healing. This notwithstanding, there is conditioning from decades, which we also get to heal. And this conditioning unwinds, it unravels as we evolve through our life experiences. The universe will keep giving you, as it gave me, opportunities to deepen your healing until what was once your deepest wound becomes your greatest strength. So truth number 2 is this: the wound becomes an echo. After deep retrieval work, the wound no longer dominates you, but it may still whisper. That night at dinner, I felt the whisper. Don't make this important. Don't risk being too much. Accept what's offered. And years earlier, I would have chased. I might have negotiated. I would have minimized myself, my desires, and my feelings. But this time, the whisper was weaker. It was an echo. Now, healing through journeying does not erase history instantly, but rather it reduces its authority. Here's truth number 3. Final layers dissolve through standards. In that moment, I didn't argue. I didn't convince him to rearrange his plans. Instead, I made one internal decision. I deserve a man who rearranges his plans. If he had rearranged his plans, I might well have married this man. Who, on some levels, loved me, but he didn't cherish me. And that was the final layer. not drama, not chaos, but rather refinement. 2 weeks later, hours before my birthday, I met the man with whom I now share my idyllic life in the wilderness of Idaho. Not because I manifested him in fantasy, but because I found the courage to up-level my own value, to stand up internally for how I wanted to be treated in intimate partnership, rather than make do with what was on offer. I called in my beloved partner because I healed the wound, and then I answered the universe clearly when challenged. My response was resounding. Yes, I am healed. Yes, I know what I deserve. And yes, I trust myself and I trust God that I will call in nothing less than my wildest dreams. The fragment of my soul was back. The echo of the wound was perceptible but weak, and my standards for myself were non-negotiable. Shamanic soul retrieval is not a dramatic fix. It is a return. The fragment comes back. The split completes. And then life begins to reveal the final layers, the more subtle layers. And the echo weakens, and your standards rise. Your reality reorganizes. This is how wounds truly dissolve. Not in one moment, but in lived integrity, which is repeated again and again. If you're ready to do this work definitively, the Wild Truth Path course is linked for you below this video. And I've also linked a free guided initiation for you to embark on your healing journey. Let this settle. Healing wounds changes everything.